Hello, world. You are joining the Face Hangout on Google+. It's so great to see all of you guys. And I've got the entire cast of The Face joining us tonight. I want to make the introductions to people who really need no introduction. Naomi is here with us tonight. Hi, Naomi.
Hi, SuChin.
Karolina is here with us tonight as well. Karolina.
Hi.
Coco is also here. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. And of course, we have Nigel Barker, host.
Hi guys, how you doing?
So the whole world is watching, and they will be watching very soon. The show is airing next week, just days away at this point, February 12th, 9/8 Central on Tuesday. I want to make sure that everybody sets their calendars for that. So the show is about to launch. How does it feel? I want to kind of go around the cast and talk to you guys and feel sort of what it feels like, the energy of the show launching, what people are saying online, all of that. So I want to start off with Nigel. Let's start with you.
Everyone's so excited. I'm, first of all, just unbelievably excited. I don't think I've ever seen so much advertising anywhere in my life.
Yes.
I turn a corner and I'm terrified by a huge, giant supermodel stuck on some billboard. It's like stampeding down sort of 7th Avenue.
Yeah.
Talk about in your face. The advertising for the show is as much in your face as the show's in your face.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. I mean, listen, making the show was just dynamic. The cast are unbelievable, and everyone kind of, you know, we got on once in a while, and you know, and of course there were times when we didn't always get on, but that's what show business is all about, and that's what, of course, the fashion business is all about.
That's right. There's a lot of passion on the show. There's no denying that.
No end.
I want to get to Karolina. Karolina, how does it feel knowing that the show is about to launch in just a couple of days?
I'm excited. I'm nervous. I really want people to really love this show and come back each week and see what happens. And you know, all of us worked really hard on the show. We gave our hearts and soul into this.
Yeah.
We worked like 18 to 20 hours a day. You know, this wasn't like we just showed up, looked beautiful, told the girls what to do, and kind of left.
You did look beautiful anyway.
Thank you, Nigel.
And I want to ask Naomi, for you, what's it like? You know, obviously you've worked on a lot of major things. I mean, this is a big TV debut for the show. So how does it feel leading up to it?
How does it feel living up to being
the big premiere? Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking, and most importantly is that I think we all feel good that we were authentic in what we did in our mentoring and taking care of our girls and making sure that they got to learn the right things from us. Yeah. And as the end result for me is that they went home knowing something they didn't know before. So.
And are the nerves different from doing a television show than, say, walking down a runway or getting ready for a photo shoot?
It is a lot different because it's like it's going on and repeats and repeats and repeats. Yeah. And, you know, I think, you know, I'm nervous for anything I do that's out in the public eye. I try to walk through my fears no matter what and all the things I try to do. But I don't ever want to be overly confident like I've got this, because I think it doesn't work for me. But yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is, and I think it's most importantly, it's not about me, it's about us, it's about the girls, and this one person winning, so.
Yeah.
I thought it was about me.
Not at all, Nigel, I'm afraid not, dear.
Yeah.
But it's also about Coco as well. Coco, I want to hear sort of your reaction. Obviously, you know, your millions of fans online, and everyone's so excited to see you on the show and anticipating such a fantastic show on the air. So how does it feel kind of leading up to it?
Well, now it's kind of, you know, in the hands of Naomi and the editors and the producers. I mean, I'm just as eager to watch it as everyone else. I just want to see what, you know, was caught, what people are saying, you know, just the feedback I'm excited about. I mean, all of us will tell you that we still stay in touch with our girls. I'm sure all of us, especially this week, are really talking to them about what they're doing and what they're saying online. And I'm just excited to see what it's all about. I mean, we've done the big part. We got to be with the girls, help them. I mean, they're still in our lives. And now we're all together seeing what this is going to entail, really.
Yeah. I mean, are you prepared? Television sort of kind of projects people into a stratosphere that is almost inexplainable. Are you prepared sort of for that big spotlight, the limelight, in a way that maybe you haven't experienced even in your big career?
Yeah, I mean, I think of my career as a model. It's, you know, I've been with the girls that you don't know our names. You don't really can tell the difference between one face from the other. So to be able to be alongside Naomi and Karolina and Nigel, it is an honor. I mean, to see that, you know, I know that the show will produce a different sort of lifestyle. You know, people will know you for different reasons, but of course, I still go back to my day job, and you know, I still love modeling and what I do.
Great. And ladies and gentlemen, we are also joined by a group of fantastic bloggers from all walks of the internet as well as entertainment blogs. So I want to get to your questions because I know you guys have questions for the cast. So let me go ahead and start with Sandra. Sandra, you are from Entertainment Weekly, and I think you have a question for the cast members.
Yeah, we sure do. We took some fan questions via EW.com, our website, and one of the fans asked all the judges, I mean, other than each other, which models have really been influential on your careers and why?
So who wants to start? Should we start with Coco?
Okay. Well, I'm like the worst person. I admit it first and foremost. When I was a young kid, I knew nothing about this industry. I mean, I even had the chance to meet Naomi. I didn't even know who that was, and I know I'm so ashamed of that when I started. But I didn't. And now looking into this industry, I mean, I did my homework very quickly. I found out what it was all about, who our models are. And I have to say, you know, after that and following these years, I've been really inspired by Cindy Crawford and what she did. I think of MTV, you know, she was kind of what I think is the forefront of television and a model, and seeing how it worked, and it was successful. And I look at her and think of, you know, she's not just stayed in the modeling world, she's also gone, you know, and done further and great things, but still can always go back and be a model if she so wished to. So I've looked up to Cindy Crawford.
Naomi, this is an interesting question for you to answer. Obviously, you've had a very long and successful career, but are there models that have really influenced you, or people that inspire you?
Well, definitely Iman, and obviously my group of girls, Linda, Evangelista, Christy Tarleton, Cindy Crawford, Kate Moss, Claudia Schiffer, Stephanie. I mean, we think we all inspire each other, and we've all been there to help each other and support each other in our careers. So for me, that's something special.
Okay. Fantastic. I love Naomi when she's like, my group of girls.
My group of girls.
Christy.
My era.
Yeah, right. So let's go ahead and take another question. Hillary from BuzzFeed Shift, I think you have a question as well.
Yes. Hi. I wanted to ask how the internet and social media have changed the modeling industry. Do you think it's harder or easier now that there are blogs, Twitter, Facebook, and all these different avenues for discussion and promotion? And what do you think models have to do differently given the internet and social media?
Does anyone want to take that one?
It's got to be a Coco answer, isn't it? I mean, my goodness. I can tell you from my perspective, everybody's obviously got a camera these days, so everyone feels like they're a photographer. And of course, they're all taking selfies.
That's absolutely true. There's no privacy anymore. It's gone out the window.
Yeah, exactly. And with all the apps, they put, you know, they fix the picture, change the picture. It's everyone. There's so many modeling sites out there too. Like half the world thinks they're a model these days.
Yeah, but Nigel, don't you think you still have to have? I mean, it's not just a pretty space. You do have social media, but you also have to be able to speak for yourself.
Absolutely.
It's not, you know, you have to deal with consumers. If you represent a brand, you have to go out and, you know, do public appearances. So there's so much more.
Social media is so important. You're right. It's a huge part of being a model. It's a big part of being any part of a brand, is obviously communicating through that. So I guess understanding it is very important. But it's affected the modeling industry enormously. These days, people, you know, they email you their book. They don't come necessarily with a portfolio.
They do? They email you your book? I've not I haven't seen my book in a while, so my book's on email. That'd be fun to see.
Exactly.
Okay.
But Coco, you do have such a huge following online. I mean, how has that really affected your career? And is that something that you're going to be teaching to your models?
I think, I do tell my girls right off the bat that, you know, it's so important, especially in this time and era, and that social media is kind of gradually, you know, is in the forefront of every industry. I mean, everyone's using it. We're here online doing this. I mean, this is happening right now. It is. And I think of, like, again, when I started, I just was at the tip of when we were starting to use, we weren't using film anymore, and we were starting to use digital. And from there, I've noticed, and it progressed, and some people have kind of, you know, held back, and they didn't really want to be part of it. But for me, personally, as a model, and if I wanted to sort of stand out from the rest of them, I felt like I kind of needed a voice. Yeah. And so the only way someone was willing to give me that voice was social media. I think of like.
I think it's scary. I think it's so scary.
It is scary. It is scary. I mean, like, especially if you say something wrong.
Tweet. I did my first tweet in September, on my own, and I was like really afraid, like, oh my God, it's going out into the hemisphere. Now I've lost it. What happens? How do I get it back?
But now, Naomi, you're like one of, like, everyone talks about your tweets now. Like, you have something to say every day.
There's you and Jessica Stam, who are like huge on Twitter, as far as the models go.
It.
And then
you've gone from 1 to 200,000 followers in like 4 months.
Yeah. I love that Naomi is afraid of tweeting. That's like going to be the...
And then I think, oh, I missed a word. I got to go back and delete it and put it properly, or they're going to criticize me.
I can hear your accent. I love it. I can see you. I can feel you.
Piers Morgan, where they said to Piers and I, you wrote that word wrong, and it went on and on and on. So I'm like, you want your spell check? Actually, I want to make sure my spell check is right, you know?
Karolina, for you, how has technology changed the modeling industry, or really has it for you?
Well, you know, I was one of those people when social media and all of that started. I wasn't part of it, you know, and then, of course, given the time we're in and everybody having a Twitter account and all of that, I actually had to get my name back. That's how I really got into Twitter, because when it was really
Karolina.
Sorry?
I said, sorry, I took it. I wanted to be you.
No, but she's right. She's absolutely right.
And that was pretty scary. So when actually that was really way back before Twitter even was Twitter. Yeah. Somebody was telling me, oh, Karolina, like, you went there and there with your son, and I'm so glad he's feeling this way and this. I was like, how
and it wasn't
does that person know all these things? Yeah. They're like, oh, you just posted it on Twitter. I'm like, what is Twitter? And what are you talking about? Oh, yeah, there's this person. It's you. It's you posting all these things. I was like, that's not me. Yeah. So I went on it, and I had to go legally and get my name back. And I got it back, and I really,
the fight has been won. We're so proud that you got your name back, Karolina.
Isn't it crazy how to, like, get your name back? It's like, for me, it's like crazy. It's like, how can somebody, like, legally, you have to get your own name back? That had to happen. But and now I really use social media to really kind of send positive messages and empower girls, and share my little tips on how I live and lifestyle. So it's good. It's nice to have a voice.
Well, good. We are glad you got your name back. Jonesy from Bossip is also joining us. Do you want to go ahead and ask your question?
Yeah, definitely. Well, we all know Bossip is full of controversy and drama. So I want to know how you guys plan on keeping your audience filled with the drama, seeing that Oxygen is definitely known with drama with their show called Bad Girls Club. So what is the face going to bring?
That's a good question. I watched a part of the Bad Girls Club last night. There is a lot of drama and hair pulling going and stomach wiggling hanging out. I was like, what is that? I was like, oh my God. We don't have that drama.
We do have drama.
But we do have drama. We don't want, I'm sorry, I don't think anyone wants to see me be on TV, be sweet. I am who I am, and I'm
You're deliciously sweet, Naomi. What are you talking about?
I'm sweet in the right moments of being sweet, and I'm tough in the right moments of being tough. But I mean, there is drama between our girls. I came in many times early in the morning to deal with my team members, and I think the other two may have also in different circumstances. But yeah, there is. I mean, it's a competition.
Yeah,
I think what's great about
I kept saying is there's no friends to be made here. We want to win, you want to win, I want to win. There's no friendship.
Can you tell that Naomi wants to win?
What?
Guys, you've got 3 supermodels and they all want to win. That's the thing. That none of these girls, none of these ladies are used to being told, no, you're not going to win. No, you haven't got the job.
Oh, that's
Every
not
week,
true.
only one
I have
person.
been told that so many times.
But you don't like it.
But it doesn't mean it has to stop you from getting to what you want to do. It's just another hurdle to get over.
And for you, Naomi, sort of, you know, like you said, you've kind of been coaching the girls, you know, in the mornings when there's drama. How do you
Well,
you get a
phone call, you got to come in. One's going to leave. You got to rush down there. And you have to sit and talk. You know, what I did learn on this show, seriously, is that you have to be there for your girl throughout all. You know, they come to you for everything, and you need to talk them through it. Some of it's mentoring about what the challenge is going to be, and some of it's personal, and you have to be there on all aspects. And that's something that I was not prepared for, but I understood quite quickly that I'd have to be, you know.
Yeah, you understood how to deal with drama. And
well, not only how to drama, but how to deal with them having personal issues that they want to talk about.
Right.
With their families or whatever.
And I love that the show feels so personal. You know, you really feel that people's lives are at stake. I mean, it is very emotional and the stakes are really high. How do you guys kind of deal with that kind of emotion on set?
Well, you'll see that we sometimes can't deal with that emotion. I mean, when some of the girls cry, we cry. When they're laughing, we're laughing. But sometimes they get frustrated. We are so frustrated because in the end result, sometimes you feel like you let that team down personally. You gave them suggestions, and then they did it. They did what you said. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, what? They don't win. And then you think, oh, my goodness, that's my fault. So, yeah, there's emotions through the girls. There's emotions through the mentors.
Yeah.
Everyone's all in. I think that's a big part of it. Everybody, Coco, Karolina, Naomi, the contestants, everyone is absolutely 100% in. I've never seen any other reality show or any other show at all, quite frankly, where it feels this believable that it's as if the cameras aren't even there half the time.
Exactly, that's what I said. It's like you really, the amount of time that we had to focus with our girls and our teams, you become oblivious of the cameras being there, because what it was is that we've got this amount of time, it's short, it's limited, let's get what you can get from me, let's see what you're doing. Yeah. So really at the end, it's like I couldn't care less when the cameras were there or not. It was just like, it's
except when you didn't want them there. Yes. And you pushed them away.
Well, did I push?
That's to come.
Did I push? I don't know. Don't give it away, Nigel.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We actually have a fantastic clip of the premiere episode of The Face, and I want to play it for you guys before we move on. So go ahead and roll that clip.
Picked a pair of shoes that were too small for me, excruciatingly tiny, so I am freaking out.
Let's have a look how you rocked it.
Can you just wait 1 minute? I'm sorry.
Jocelyn and Madeline, both of you out right now, please. Together, stand side by side.
Madeline, are you crying?
No.
Sure?
Okay, you look like you've been crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, my foot is sore. These are too small.
You've only been wearing them for all of about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
What are you going to do? You're going to cry? Are you in front of all the press, all the editors of the magazine? Or are you going to say, I'm going to look my best, I'm going to take this pain, I'm going to get the picture with the best dress at the end of the show?
Yeah.
Madeline, here's a tissue for your issues.
Do you want to be the face?
The Face premieres Tuesday, February 12th at 9/8 Central.
Only on Oxygen.
So as you can see, there's some really tough love from Naomi and Nigel. Is it important that you guys show these girls some tough love?
It's important to be authentic, because that's the truth. You know, there's been many shows in my life that I've done where the shoes were too small or too big, and I was not about to tell the designer. I would just grin and bear it and deal with it afterwards. And it happens. It does. It's realistic.
It happens all the time. Never does a model ever get a shoe that is her size. I remember Mutual Potter giving me a shoe that was like 3 sizes too small, and the only way I was going to do the show was as if I could fit these shoes, and I was like, I'm putting these on. Yeah. It did not matter if they were bleeding.
And I think the shoes today have gotten ridiculous. And I mean, there's some shows that I heard tape the shoes to the feet of the girls. So it's like, you know, you can't. I mean, as much as I feel for it, it's not. I don't have empathy. You just have to keep going. The show goes on.
Right. And we have Katrina from Hollywood Life. I think that she's got some questions for you guys as well. Katrina?
Yes. Hi. So I wanted to know how you think the models today are different from the iconic models of the 80s and 90s.
Are you talking about me?
I am talking about you.
Well, I'm still here, so.
So
well,
what
I think. Can I start? Is that okay? I think that the models. There's many more models today. It's much more competitive. That's what I see, and I don't know about like the groups. Like we were friends away from work and our personal lives. We wanted to hang out, wanted to go on vacation, wanted to be together. I don't know if that exists anymore. So I can only speak on that level. But I do see that there are a lot of models out there and competition is ripe.
Yeah.
I want to say I do agree. Naomi, it's very hard to have a friendship actually in the industry because we all live different places, and as Naomi said, there are so many more models, and also the industry has changed. You know, there's a one girl of the season, and the next season there's another girl, and then you're in and you're out, and so it's constantly, the industry is going through these different goals. So it really takes that special girl to really be able to last and stay for another couple of seasons. So that's kind of definitely hard to have friends. You know, people always ask, well, do you have friends in the industry? I do have some, but it's hard because, you know, just people live different places and it's just constantly changing.
And, you know, for you guys, what so far has been the most memorable moment that you've been able to film, whether it was an awkward moment, whether it was, you know, something really emotional? I want to kind of hear from you guys what's been some standout memories from doing this.
I think the most standout memory for me is probably, there's two moments. There's the very beginning, the very first scene when all the girls basically see the supermodels, when the contestants see the supermodels, and you look on their eyes, literally they're pinching each other and themselves, and they're like, this is real. There is Naomi Campbell, and she just walked in front of me. Yeah. And I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Did she walk or did she glide? There's Karolina sort of giving me sort of, you know, tips on poses. And, you know, there's Coco posing off as well and looking into the camera and giving that look with her eyes. And just when you see the contestants, for me, it's all about them because you really get to see how much this means to them. And they're literally crying as they're watching. And you can't help but get wrapped up in that moment. It's the most real, believable thing.
It is all about them. And that's what this, I think, first and foremost, the show is about them and their journey through this competition and where it leads them to.
And Coco, for you, a really sort of standout memory from filming or being with the girls or with even the cast?
I mean, I think that what I realized was how emotionally connected I was to the girls. You know, you can think of, you know, the whole formula of this show and be like, yeah, this is a great show, and yeah, I understand, I get rid of a girl, and yeah, next week and whatever, but all of a sudden you're in that room and you think they did perfectly well and it didn't go well for them or did whatever, and the fact that it didn't go well, you are physically upset, like you are crying, you are sobbing with them, and you're apologetic, and you just realize that this wasn't just a game anymore. Like, this isn't just a TV show. This is about them, and you are so wrapped up about them.
Yeah. I think what I learned is that you could say something or just a gesture, or you could even smile or laugh. And one of my group of girls thought I was laughing about them. And and that little thing said to me, oh my goodness, I confused them, and they felt like, you know, they were just like upset with me, and they showed it and they say it. I don't know if I hope it's in because they said it to me. Yeah. And the thing I felt was when the show was over was the loss. I felt like a mourning. You are with these girls for such a long time, and weeks, and then all of a sudden you're not there anymore. And I remember when I got to the airport before I was leaving America, I was like, I have to call them. I just have to speak to them before I get on the plane and tell them I'm leaving. Because it's just, you know, you just build that bond. And that's who you see day in, day out. And you know, you build your little family with them. I mean, I think we, as Coco said in the very beginning, we all still connected to our girls.
Yeah, I mean, this is a life-changing, you know, moment for these girls. You know, Karolina, for you, what was kind of something that really stood out in your mind?
Well, for me, this whole filming, you know, every day was an incredible experience, and spending time with these girls and learning more about them and having them open it up to us and telling us their personal stories, you know, and knowing kind of where they come from and how they're putting their lives on hold and how they're putting, you know, all their everything basically into our hands, and see them really grow each week. That was really incredible and made me so proud when I see them really take everything in and applying it, and just you see them like developing into these like little, you know, models, like really seeing them from the beginning, how they walked in and how they dressed and how they walked and how they talked, and seeing them each week, these little changes. They became more comfortable, more confident, they spoke out more. That was really exciting.
Let's get to some more questions from our bloggers. Sandra, I know I started with you, so I'd like to go back to you and see if you had a question for the girls or for Nigel.
Absolutely. Actually, to everyone, after seeing that clip, it makes it sort of clear like what kind of differences that, or what's going to make the face stand out among this really crowded model reality show climate we have. But from your point of view, what do you think is going to really make the show stand out and differ from some other shows we've possibly seen?
There's never been a show like this. There's never been a show like The Face. And I can tell you from basically helping to create this genre 10 years ago and having worked on many, many different shows around it, there's never been anything like The Face, because you've never had a true inside look at the business, and you cracked open the world of what it means to be a model from people who are at the top of their business. And I mean not just Naomi, Karolina, and Coco, but everyone that Naomi brings as executive producer to the show. People like the top people at W Magazine. It's the client saying, this girl is in, and she's going to be in my magazine. It's not a panel of random judges selected by some people on TV that think they're going to be cool. You know, no, these are the real bosses of the business. So you're going to get a true look at the fashion world like you've never seen it before. And, you know, and at the same time, you get to see the real life of a supermodel, and you get to see what they're like, and you get to see them cry, you get to see them laugh, you get to see them smile, you get to see them freak out once in a while. And that's what the business is like, though. Fashion is full of wonderful, creative individuals. And when you're creative, you're passionate, and you're never going to see it like this. You know, you certainly haven't seen it like this. And even myself, I got so into it, wrapped up with it, that, you know, I'm sort of giddy now. Here I am. You know, you think I'd be over it, but I'm not.
I love it. Like that. There it is from Nigel. That's an answer to your question. I'm not sure what it is. And you know, like you guys said, you guys forged really great bonds with the models. But did you as well forge bonds with each other? How was it on set? I know like people love to talk about cat fights, but I know genuinely that you guys really got along and supported each other as well.
Well, I have a huge respect for everyone, for Coco, Karolina, and Nigel, and especially Nigel, because he's been doing this for many, many years, and he's a veteran of this. And I mean, I really turned to him my first day because I had no idea how to speak, I'm not someone who's preconceived. I try to go on my gut. So I really looked like he gave me some great pointers, and he guided me, and he's been very gracious. And you know, it's like you build a family with the girls, you build a family on set with your colleagues, and but still there's a competition, and I want to win.
I love the but. I love the but. She's so gracious.
I want to win.
Absolutely love it.
And I'm not going to say that I don't want to win, because I'm very competitive. Yes, we got that.
Yeah, we got
no competition here.
You all know, but I have to say it again and again.
We are competitive.
In the true spirit of competition, sorry.
Yeah. In the true spirit. I mean, we are competitive. Like the whole point of this whole show is that one girl is going to win. I'm not going to sit on the sidelines and be like, I'm a cheerleader for Naomi, and I'm a cheerleader for Cake, and I'm okay with my team not, you know, winning. We're about our girls. So yeah, and like it's not just when the cameras go off and we're done and, you know, back to life. This was life, you know. The cameras just were documenting it.
It's a real fine line of real life and reality.
Yeah. Very fine.
And sometimes it can get a little blurry. I want to know, what was it like sort of on set? Did you guys, in between shooting and shoot days, did you guys, I don't know, were there group dinners or spontaneous dance parties?
I have to be quite honest. I have to be honest. For me, I really was because as working as an executive producer, I was on to the next challenge and who we're getting and are we getting them, and you know, we were at a, for me it was difficult because it was in between shows, people were traveling, you know, we can give you 3 hours of our time and that's it. So for me, that was what I was doing. I was trying to get the next gig going for our show as executive producer.
I mean, I don't know when we had a day off. Even if we might have had a day off, we were phoned in because a girl was crying and we needed to do something. So
I had a day off. Actually, no, I had a day off.
Did you?
I took my girls. You had one too. I don't know
I
what
had
you
to
did
go
with
to
your
work
girls.
after that, though.
But I took my girls to have a manicure and pedicure and lunch.
Well, there you have it. I can't imagine more of a perfect day for these girls than having a mani-pedi with Naomi Campbell and lunch.
They needed pampering too.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and thank you out there, everyone, for tuning in to this chat, and all of the bloggers. Thank you guys for your questions. You can see this whole conversation again and again and again on whoistheface.com. Again, The Face premieres on February 12th. That's next Tuesday, 9/8 Central on Oxygen. We will see you guys then. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks, guys.
everybody.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.